What's up, YouTube? This is RULivingYou, and we're going to do something a little different today because I want to, and I think it's helpful for um, a certain set of people that might be watching these videos, and that would be people that are doing something outside of the box, promoting themselves, a brand, their art, their music, entrepreneurial type people. Um, Small business owners and people that are into startups, anyone with that type of mentality, following those types of life paths, I think could definitely benefit from a man named Napoleon Hill. And he lived in the 1800s, I believe in the early 1900s. He was a professor and taught business, eh, advertising and selling classes, and his premise had a positive attitude, relentless personal development, and consistent hard work were the keys to success. And I pretty much agree with that verbatim. I think your mindset is everything in how you go from point A to point B, and that's basically what I've done with my life. I've figured out a way to create passive income streams, income that pays me while I sleep, and that I can literally essentially just walk away from or go do anything I want, and it will continue to grow on its own. And I know that sounds like a unicorn or not reality, and less than 1% of people will ever achieve it with any in any substantial way beyond maybe 50 or $100 a month or even less. But I have figured out how to do that, and this channel is kind of the culmination of a decade plus planning, learning about how to create something from scratch, how to go from point A to point B to have nothing and then have a passive income stream that perpetuates itself, and then doing it again and again and again in various forms, so you're not relying on one or two or three. You have a dozen of them or more, and it is quite possible. And I got a few of them already, and I'm got several projects, irons in the fire, whatever you want to call it, plans to go places with this channel and create a brand and see where it leads me, all the while having things that are paying me while I sleep, whatever my new projects end up doing. It's a really good feeling, and it there's no sense of urgency. I can just no worrying about immediate results. I can just follow the concepts I know that I've learned about social media and mindset, and put the two together and create things out of thin air. And that's what this channel is about. This channel is about, it's not about selling things per se, like my other channels have been about, that are about pure marketing to bring people in to certain, essentially to educate people about how to not lose their ass trying to learn how to make money online, drive traffic to their website. I'm just trying to help people make less mistakes. And that's what my other marketing channels were about selling things to people that were better than the other thing that they were probably about to buy that's crap. This channel is about how I got from point A to point B, and now how I'm launching from point B to point C, D, E, F, and so on and so forth. But um, I think that these quotes by Napoleon Hill are ring extremely true with me, and I'm sure that with a certain segment of people that watch this video, they will also ring true with you. And I think mindset is everything, from how you get from point A to point B to do something unusual, creative, independent, on your own, do it yourself, whatever your project is that you are going to encounter turbulence, conflict of all varieties, roadblocks, and you have to basically learn how to embrace the process and follow skills, focus your energy into things that are working and avoiding things that are draining time and energy away from you. All that said, let's just get into it. I hope you'll find this as useful as I have using these these concepts in my life over the last 10, 12 years. Tell me how you use your spare time and how you spend your money, and I will tell you where and what you will be in 10 years from now. A goal is a dream within a deadline. A man who does more than he is paid for will soon be paid far more than he does. That one I definitely agree with. Up until a couple months ago, I was doing a lot of day cash labor, actually gigs on Craigslist. I was just fed up with being on payrolls, and I'd been laid off once or twice. Jobs really aren't for me for one reason or another. And so I started doing gigs on Craigslist about 3.5 years ago. And pretty much that's what brought me to the point of being able to get a van and feeding me and clothing me and keeping a roof over me until I was able to get my online income to the point where it could sustain me. And I still do a little labor here and there. I still fill in 1 or 2 days a week with various jobs and stuff, but that's really only going to be happening until about my birthday, which is April 29th of 2019. Well, it's every April 29th, but I'll be 39 this year, and that's when I basically want to be virtually retired after I've done building my van. So, and I was always of the mindset when I'm helping homeowners or whatever project I was doing, if I just hustled, kept my head down, and worked really hard, maybe if I did the job faster and got paid a little less, that if I stretched it out, that I would be much more likely to get a call back or get referred as I did to dozens and dozens of people's neighbors, and just would be getting calls from people I didn't even know who they are, and they want me to come do a job for them. That would have never happened. And people offer me more money, tipping me large on moving jobs. It never would have happened if I just wasn't keeping my head down, trying to be as efficient and helpful as possible, no matter if it was going to maybe hurt my bottom line in the short term. It always seemed to work out in the long term, building relationships and networking and that type of thing. So three is rings really true with me. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along. I believe to some extent that that's kind of the fake it till you make it mentality, pretty much. People can do mental gymnastics about strategizing and planning and researching some sort of industry or project that they want to get started. But the best thing to really do is just take action. And you're never going to be in a perfect situation in life, generally, I mean, almost always. So you have to just work with what you have, and things will develop along the way. I firmly believe it. Some people dream of success while others wake up and work hard at it. Same kind of thing as four. Most great people have achieved their greatest success, just one step beyond their greatest failure. To use a cliche term, it's always darkest before the dawn. Um, you know, a lot of times when I'm building, channels and that their videos aren't getting a lot of views and not getting much traffic, but I understand that it's a numbers game, and sometimes it's just showing up as the point. And if I just keep following the concepts that I've learned, that I understand will eventually lead to conversions and sales, that you know that the results day in and day out don't matter as much as taking action towards your goals day in and day out. Success comes through those who become conscious. I firmly believe that you have to be brutally honest with who you are, and to move forward in life, we have to you know be honest about what's working, what's not working, and you need to be very present to do that. And maybe that's what he meant with number seven. Any idea, plan, or purpose may be placed in the mind through repetition of thought. This one is really, really big with me. I am a huge believer in cognitive behavioral therapy, which essentially is saying, like, repeating phrases or positive, like, concepts, mantras. My basic mantra is that I like to say a lot is focus, discipline, anticipation. And I was having trouble in my business about 9 months ago. It was like February, April. It was about a year ago. And I kind of just said, you need to focus more on what's working and drop what is not working. And and as I said, so become more focused and disciplined, do the work that you need to do week in, week out, day in and day out. Don't procrastinate. Make the videos. Even if they aren't, if some of them are kind of crappy, just keep making the videos. And that's discipline. Work on your business, follow through with your plan. And um and so, as I was saying, focus, discipline, anticipation. Anticipation, I also believe, is a huge part of success. Being able to predict things that are going to get in your way, and how to prevent problems. Anticipation is huge. And um, as I said those three things, and I still do, I believe I'm becoming a more focused, disciplined person that can anticipate problems, because that is how I'm approaching life. And then I'm using different areas of my brain than I was before, more often, less often. And that creates different pathologies in your brain. I mean, it's proven. When your desires are strong enough, you will appear to possess superhuman powers to achieve. At this point, I virtually am creating my own reality. If I need something, it's not long before it shows up in my life, and I don't. Unfortunately, I got a little interrupted there, and I had to pause the video. So completing this thought is going to be a little difficult, but I do have something good to say about number nine, and that that I don't do problems, I do solutions. And any little thing that seems to come up in my life at this point, after I've gone from point A to point B, make money while I sleep, and have almost virtual complete time freedom, is that um, it's now I lost my thought again. It's Things just are clicking into place for me. It's never been like this for my life. I keep seeing signs and signals everywhere that I'm on the right path, that are reminding me almost on a daily basis that I'm making better decisions, and things are perpetuating forward. And it's really an amazing feeling. And I actually didn't even know life could be like this. And I am creating my own reality. And it is completely possible if you do a lot of work on the front end, and have focused drive and persistence, and you will achieve amazing things. It's not an overnight kind of thing. I'm not really big on the secret, because I think it's an oversimplification of an amazing amount of work that needs to be done. But number nine rings true with me, and if you get to a certain point, it will ring true with you too. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Oh, by the way, I also don't live in fear at all about anything, except maybe the DMV. I've been down to zero so many times in my life, and brought myself back up, and made that money I needed, and paid the rent when I had to, and virtually when there was going to be no way for me to do it.